JoJo Siwa spent her 21st birthday embarrassing herself yesterday at Disney World's Epcot. The clearly wasted pop star tried to start a sing-along to her newly released song Karma, but no one knew the words.
I should have known better. I had a wish I would have never effed around. Yeah, we know it. It'd be your own. Here, let's try this one. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not cheat. Thou shalt not get caught, or you'll end up just like me.
JoJo, have you learned nothing?
Like this.
JoJo's my birthday! Happy birthday!
Who is that?
That's JoJo Siwa, and she's drunk off her ass.
I looked like I'd done 10 rounds with Mike Tyson.
I tattooed my eyeballs blue and purple to copy an influencer. Now I'm going blind.
Oh no, you tattooed your eyeballs? You put ink in your eyeballs and now you can't see? Oh no, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened to you. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody would anticipate this. In all seriousness though, this is the consequences of being a follower. And I mean that in the most holistic way. These people don't live for themselves, they live vicariously through others. These people have bankrupt personalities and they think that emulating someone that they happen to follow, someone that they're interested in, will somehow make them interesting as a result. It makes no sense. While the situation is sad, I wish I could feel bad. I wish I could actually have empathy for this individual, because maybe I'm jaundiced. Maybe after learning about everything that's happened with those who have seen veneer techs, and because of that decision they've been scammed and their teeth are f***ed up, reading and seeing all of that go down live, day after day, only reinforced my perspective that these guys are just dumb and they're doing anything for any sense of popularity. It's quite a sad and somewhat funny reality, bro. By far the biggest upset in all of television history. The whole universe thought that this show was going to be dead on arrival, that there wasn't going to be a second season. But of course there was, because there's plenty of people out there who simply like watching bad things and then commenting on it. The show was technically a success. It technically made money, because everybody and their mom watched it, even if it was bad. Everybody saw it just to clown it, and now we have a second season. I know it's been a little bit since the second season has come out, but it still stings. It still hurts to know that it exists, and I really truly hope that this is over, and that they will never ever produce another season of this god-awful television show, man. California spent $24 billion on the state's homelessness crisis. A recent audit showed that no one knows where the money went. On top of all of that, homelessness increased by 50%. $24 billion on a failure? $24 billion and you still lost? You still messed up? Somehow homelessness got worse? This has to be corruption. It has to be. People must be stealing. There's no universe, there's no reality in which $1 billion, let alone $24 billion is not enough to solve some sort of societal problem. You have unthinkable amounts of money that can move mountains, and somehow people are still without homes. People are still without jobs. How do you fail so hard? Where did the money go? That's what really kills me. How in the world did you guys spend $24 billion and there's nothing to show for it? And I mean that literally. There is nothing to show for it. There's no receipts, billing statements, nothing to show where this money went. Decided to Google WNBA salaries before the draft, and I actually want to die. What the hell? The top 4 picks in the draft will each make 1 year base salary of $76,535, which will grow slightly in year 2 and again in year 3. The remaining players selected in the top 10 will make north of $70,000 in their first season of the WNBA. Now that sounds pretty low. That's not the $1 million contracts you see in the NBA. $70,000 for a professional athlete sounds pretty low. But I noticed that you didn't Google how to buy tickets, which is the biggest problem. Everybody has an opinion about the, visibility of the WNBA, whether or not it's popular, whether or not it's actually making money, yet no one goes to actually see these games. The people who complain don't watch basketball, especially women's basketball. They're just here to complain about how the salaries aren't equitable to the male salaries in the NBA. And you know what? Things may change with the popularity of Caitlin Clark. A lot of people are showing interest in the WNBA now because of her gameplay and all of the controversy that, is following it. And those very eyeballs watching watching those very games will contribute to higher salaries for the professional athletes who play for the league. If you want people to be paid millions of dollars, you're going to have to watch the games, whether it be on television or in person. They're just awful. Dave Ramsey snaps at millennials and Gen Z living with their parents. Can't buy a house because they don't work. I beg your pardon! The unemployment rate for Gen Z and millennials is the lowest it's ever been, yet nobody can afford food or housing. And this vicious year-over-year change in the CPI is the reason why. Inflation is killing us. It isn't about work. It isn't about needing to work harder or longer hours when the dollars that you make are diminishing in value day after day. And what's truly ironic is that this person, Dave Ramsey, who's known for talking about finance on his show, I think it's a podcast or a radio show, I don't quite remember, this man talks to people on the phone about their debt and how to fix it, how to start and set up profitable businesses, how to set up for your retirement. This guy talks about finance all day, all night, and yet this man is ignorant to how inflation is affecting younger people, like millennials and Gen Z. You don't need to have a doctorate in economics to understand that the prices of everything has been growing since 2020, and that very fact of life is why a lot of people who are earning professional salaries either have roommates or outright living with their parents, bro. Straight from r/too afraid to ask. I had and now my butt feels weird. What's wrong? It didn't hurt and it doesn't hurt now, but my butt feels different and I don't like it. I can't explain it. It's just not the regular hole I know. Not the regular hole you know and love. Yeah, I can give you a reason why it's not gonna be the same, bro. Once you loosen that balloon knot, you might have a little bit of a hard time tying it back up and making it feel normal. And you know what? As much as I want to make fun of this person, I'm glad that they're willing to be vulnerable enough with the internet to actually ask this question. But yeah, maybe it's just not for you. Maybe we shouldn't let people dive in the pussy. Maybe we should just do anything else. Literally anything else. Leftist bios be like mental illness, mental illness, mental illness, mental illness, more mental illness. Oh my god, that is a terrible stereotype. This is unbelievably ableist and white supremacist. I can't even. Why is there so much hate in this world? I have no idea. I can't answer that question for you. I'm not a philosopher. I don't know all the things. What we do know, though, is that you have PTSD, bipolar disorder, chronic fatigue syndrome, seasonal affective disorder, and ADHD. And this is an assumption, because you didn't put this in your bio. You might also have autism, which is, like I said, an assumption. You didn't put it in your bio. Maybe you should update it if there isn't a, character limit for the bio, because it looks like you're pushing it. And don't get me wrong, I don't care what you believe and what you support, but do you have to tell everybody what's wrong with you? Do you have to share every single ailment that is occurring in your noggin with the whole world? It's pretty strange. It's a little weird. Like, none of us asked. None of us need to know that. And pointing that out in jest as a joke is somehow white supremacist. I don't even know how that works. In what universe is pointing out the fact that you have a loaded bio white supremacist, dude? You're letting us know what's wrong with you. Nobody asked. At least your grandchildren will know that you fought racism. Huh? There is context in this post. There is a photograph right there of the Key Bridge in Baltimore after the tragedy. It's rough. That is what happened. The bridge is completely kaput. But what does this have to do with racism and DEI? What does this have to do with anything? You're leaving that out. You're making a statement, a political statement, and just leaving it completely open-ended. Oh my God. When was this posted? Oh, the 26th of March. Rent was due. I understand. That's why you left it open-ended. 29,000 views. What was that? 30 bucks? That was about 30 bucks on Twitter.
NFT purchased by Logan Paul for $623,000 is now worth $10.
The NFT market and everything that happened during that time was incredibly fascinating. And having the ability to watch everything unfold in real time was just a blessing. You just had to be there. Seeing people spend money that they don't have on images that they supposedly owned was fantastic. Watching the prices of these stupid images fall on OpenSea was fantastic. Over the course of 2 years, uncountable amounts of money was erased. And I loved it. Between 2020 and 2022, so many people just immediately became homeless, all because they had a collection of CryptoPunks that were worth thousands, hundreds of thousands. So a little bit of context. This TikTok went viral on the website for all the wrong reasons. This individual is an idiot, and quickly after posting this video, she did take it down. So I apologize about the captioning. It's a little glitched out because I had to find a repost of a repost. And yeah, what you're about to see is crazy. There's gonna be a lot to talk about.
Okay, I am the problem. I went on a date with this guy and he was like, it's getting late. Do you want to come back to my place? And I was like, sure, but I'm not gonna sleep with you. Like, that's not happening. And he was like, that's totally fine. Just come over. And I was like, cool. So I go to his place. He respects my wishes. He's so nice. He cuddles me all night. And I'm like, Are you gay? Like what? And like I just wanted him to like try, and then for me to be like, no, you know what I mean? I wasn't gonna sleep with him. Now I feel ugly.
Alright, so that was a short bit of poison. I hope you guys tanked that. I hope you guys are still alive. That was a little bit rough. I'm sure it's pretty obvious why this video went viral on TikTok, because man, this is evil. The fact that a person respected your boundaries, a dude respected your boundaries, made you think that they were gay is wild to me. You wanted someone to pursue you so that you could have the opportunity to say no. You wanted someone to pursue you and show you attention so that you could feel beautiful, because you said it at the very end. You were very honest. You said that that made you feel ugly. The fact that he respected your boundaries, which goes to show that you're completely cooked mentally. Something is wrong up here. You have a really weird complex, because most people would not take that personally. Most people would actually appreciate someone respecting their boundaries and being like, yeah, we can just hang out at my place or your place and nothing happen. That is fantastic. Let's continue to, you know, bond and talk about our lives and really see if we like each other. Most people would appreciate that. And the fact that you found that offensive to such a degree that you had to air this guy out on your TikTok calling him gay for respecting your boundaries is wild to me. The implications are crazy. If this dude were to hypothetically break your boundaries and continue to push for the date to become intimate, would that reaffirm your attractiveness? Would that make you feel good? Would that affirm your beauty? If that's the case, you need to talk to somebody. That's not normal. The dude did probably find you attractive and did like you. Therefore, he was normal and respected your boundaries. In what universe does that make him closeted or gay? In what universe does that make you ugly? What? It simply doesn't make sense, and it's an incredibly disrespectful thing to post online. This person doesn't know that you're talking about them like this, and you weren't even bold enough to keep the video up after getting all of the backlash. You deleted the content. So you know that you're wrong. You know that you're terrible. Looking for the Luke to my Layla. Want to apply? Here's my OF and here's my RMT. What does that mean? Oh my god. You do know that Luke is Layla's brother, right? Jamie was Cersei's brother. Never saw anyone complain then. Don't think you got my point at all. My bad, you do you. I'm doing me, living my best life. From your profile, it looks like you're a plumber. Lord knows you'd only ever land me in your dreams. Have fun to my profile, sweetie. Oh, so we're just justifying, we're just doing that, all while trying to convince people to check out our OF. Just how many levels of degeneracy does this person want to operate under? This is ridiculous. And to be honest, maybe we should be a little bit more tight-lipped about other people's jobs and how we feel about them. Maybe we shouldn't share our opinions about what other people do, because God forbid anybody speak up about what you do. You say this is your best life? Selling your body online is your best life? Is that really how we feel, or are we just trying to boost ourselves up? I really hope that this isn't your best life. I really hope you can find a different job, because it's just a giant race to the bottom. It doesn't work out in the long term. Okay, this isn't how we clean up gasoline. Someone spilled a bunch of gasoline on the ground. You don't clean it up with cat litter. That doesn't really solve the problem. All you're doing here is having the gasoline absorb its way into the cat litter. That does not neutralize the gasoline. It doesn't make it any less combustible. God forbid someone drops a cigarette. Oh, you have one in your hands. Oh my god. Imagine you go to your friend about how you've been cleared of having a brain tumor, and he comes back at you with this. A friend of mine sent me MRI brain scan results, and I put it through Claude. No other AI would provide a diagnosis. Claude did. Claude found an aggressive tumor. The radiologist report came back clean. I annoyed the radiologist until they rechecked, and they did so with 3 radiologists with their own AI, and they came back clean. So it looks like Claude was wrong. And that's where we stop. That's where we stop doing anything with AI, especially when it comes to your friend's health. I understand that you're trying to test a program, but this is serious. This is cancer. You are wrong. You're wrong. The doctors didn't find any more cancer, thank God. And you were proven wrong. This is the moment in which we change our behavior so that we're less obnoxious. Oh my God, we're still talking. Look how convincing Claude sounds. Oh my God, we're still early. What does that mean? We're still early. Your program was wrong. And how convincing Claude sounds is spooky. God forbid anyone actually does this and believes what this program is saying, and then as a result radically change their treatment plan, which would potentially risk their life. That's the risk here. That's what would go wrong. This person desperately needs vitamin D. Please go outside. Go outside. Let the sun hit your face. You need that. Seniors over 55 years old should not have to pay school taxes. We do not have any children in school. Keep going. Pass this on. While I understand that you don't want to pay taxes for a certain institution that you're not going to be using, like public school, because you don't have any children, I see the logic there, but it kind of falls apart. It kind of is a little weird when you acknowledge the fact that most likely you and all of your family went to public school at some point in your life. Somebody needs to pay for that. Now, in the United States, we can absolutely do what other nations do, where there's simply no public school to send your kids to. Everybody has to go to some form of private school. With the price of said private school determining how educated your child will be, we can definitely have that type of reality that exists all over the planet, but I don't think you'd like that. Not many people would enjoy that. This post is incredibly stupid and myopic. Yes, we know you don't have children, and it's funny that you think that people at the age of 55 shouldn't have to pay in. I don't have kids. Why am I paying? You see, I and everybody else can do it too. We can all ask stupid questions and make really ridiculous statements. From selling your car to foregoing chemotherapy for your dog, this random account on Twitter has tips on how to beat inflation. Bread too expensive? Try killing your dog and selling your car, guys! That is the formula to pay rent and eat food. All you have to do is erase your dog from reality and not take your special vitamins, and from there you'll be on your way to financial freedom. This is a guaranteed thing. Somebody on Twitter said it. Therefore, it's real. It's true. Kim Kardashian wants to have babies with Odell Beckham Jr. after dating for a couple of months because of his genetics.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
She has plenty of frozen eggs, so it's really just a matter of talking Odell into this plan, even if that means making it worth his while financially. Because of his genetics. That is a crazy thing to say to someone who you're casually dating, and to be honest, his reaction makes sense. Odell Beckham Jr. has reportedly broken up with Kim Kardashian after her comments the other day. Oh my god, who would have called it? Who would have seen this? The fact that everybody didn't see this coming, especially Kim Kardashian. She just didn't see it coming. Oh my gosh. Like, duh, that statement is wild. Why would the dude stick around? Any man worth their weight in salt would skedaddle immediately. A Tennessee mother unintentionally shot and killed her 13-year-old daughter while getting her keys out of her purse, where she stored her handgun without a holster. Police are calling the killing an accident, and no charges have been filed. Talk about no trigger discipline. Somebody didn't take a single class. Somebody didn't even watch a single YouTube video on how to safely operate and store a firearm. And now your 13-year-old daughter is 6 feet under. Now granted, yeah, it sounds like an accident, seriously terrible event, probably not something that she wanted to do, but it's still negligent discharge. That's exactly what that is. You own a firearm, therefore you need to be safe with said firearm, and your lack of trigger discipline is the reason why your kid isn't alive. So yeah, I think you should see some punishment. You should probably be behind bars for a little bit. You should probably feel the guilt, feel the consequences just a little bit. What's up everyone, it's your boy Ailurus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And for all, make sure to hit that bell so you can get these notifications every time. Many of you guys have been looking forward to new content, and of course this week's content was determined by the content poll that was posted a couple days ago. So if you really want to make sure to get the videos that you want, go ahead and interact with those content polls. I'll try to post them frequently so that you guys can have the best opportunity to get the content that you want. And that's why after this video is uploaded, there's going to be a fresh content poll for you guys to pick from. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this without my Patreon supporters, so a big thank you to Polaris Prospect X, Codman4372, Peke Zoo, Tuna Sashimi, Mr. Maskey, Blacklist Gaming, User Deleted from Planet, Kinkle Dinkle, Twitch is Lost, Tim Killen, Convicted Poop Slinger, Dawnbreaker Drake, Traffic Racer 124, Fisherman, The Blurred Star, Mr. Sandman, Mike, That One Girl, Loving Tate, Size Federic, My Golden Experience, James Tucker, Primavera, BMX30, The Fake Musician, Samantha Bellhart, Bloody Hunter, Dundernass Hawk, and Noah. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one on my merch store and one on my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so I can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.